This episode is brought to you by the Ultimate Girls Trip. Here is our reoccurring daydream. Us at a drool-worthy pool, surrounded by our business besties. We just finished a powerful exercise on building our dream lives and executing our business goals. Join us if you are ready to be celebrated for taking up space, to feel purposeful, and to live a life of fulfillment. Go to proofitspossible.com for more info. Welcome to Proof It's Possible. Jamie and I are multifaceted entrepreneurs, the founders of the Ultimate Girls Trip, and the hosts of Proof It's Possible. Jamie and I are also sisters, best friends, and complete opposites, but somehow we always manage to stay on the same team. Join us every week to hear our thoughts on all things entrepreneurship, friendship, family, pop culture, and more.
Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so today we're doing something kind of crazy, and it's based off of the show Undercover Millionaire or Undercover Billionaire or something. I've only seen it once, and it was years ago, but the idea behind the show is that these millionaires or billionaires, they're given $100, they're dropped into small town America where they have no connections, they have no cell phone, they have nothing with them, and they have to make that $100. They have to start a business and figure out how to live. So they have to find somewhere to sleep, somewhere to eat, all of the things. And I think they were given like a week or 2 weeks. So anyways, the idea of this podcast is if you only had $100 to your name, what would you do with that $100 to start a business to get you more money? So
hard. I don't know. Well, the very first thing that I would do is I would literally go to like Main Street and of the small town, and I would introduce myself to every single person in town. Like every business that I could walk through the door, it wouldn't matter. And then because my background is in like website design, I would offer every single person like a discounted rate design. I think like a website refresh, whatever it is that they needed.
You don't have a computer though.
The library would have a computer. There's free computers. You know,
Okay.
I would literally find a place that I could like just access a platform somewhere.
Yeah.
And I would offer every single person, and like whatever my skill was, like whatever it was, if it was interior design, I'd be like, hey, listen, I'd love to help you refresh your store. I'd love, whatever, like something that would add value to them immediately. And I would give them a very good rate on it because I would want to build relationship capital as my number one thing. Like, because what else do you have? You have no money.
It's so interesting. I'm like, I immediately would go and be like, I'll wash dishes. I need more money than that to do anything.
Oh, really? And I would be like, what? Everybody's got like a skill set, and mine's not washing dishes. So I'm not doing that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe I'd go find the biggest house in town and knock on the door and be like, hey, do you need some extra help cleaning? Cleaning is not my specialty, but no. I feel like my skills are not
catfishing. That is catfishing somebody. I think that if Jamie knocks on your door and offers to clean your house, don't do it.
I'm a good cleaner. I just don't like to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you're going to get in there and be like, so can I make myself an espresso?
You guys don't mind that I'm just going to get on the internet, right?
Yeah, you're like, I'm actually just here to steal your free Wi-Fi. Can I borrow your phone?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, but it does make your brain think differently. Like how, if you only had $100, how would you start a business? Like what is a business you could start? You know what immediately came to my mind? I would start like, I would go to a public library or an internet cafe if such a place still existed in small town America. I would find a computer somehow and I would hop onto Canva and I'd do a bunch of digital designs, birthday party invitations,
social media templates, whatever.
Social media templates, all the things. And then I would open an Etsy store and I would try to start selling them.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be kind of like my first kick at the can. And then
what's wild to me is that everybody that gets this $100 randomly in this experiment would have a set of skills. And your set of skills and education is in all this other stuff. Why wouldn't you go offer those skills? Why would you all
Because
of a sudden
people
start?
people aren't going to be like, you know what? Now that I think of it, I do need a safety program. You
Yeah,
know?
but you're going to tell them why. That's your sales pitch. That is your job to tell them that they need it and that how have they been living without it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So your heart's not in it, is what you're saying. You'd rather clean houses than do the job that you currently do.
I
Okay.
would rather
This is an intervention, guys. I just wanted to bring the topic up in an organic way. So we came up with this concept.
I would rather scrub toilets than
Van Vonderen's on his way to intervene here and get Jamie squared away in a job she actually likes.
that's not true to my clients that are listening. I do a
That's
really
not
great job. I do a great job. But this
right.
is the thing. I don't think my skill set is super transferable. Therefore, I would have to rely on skills that I'm good at but not wonderful at. I would have to expand my niche because I do truly believe if I was in a town of like 400 people with one restaurant, one laundromat, and one post office,
Yeah.
nobody's buying a safety program for their business. It just hasn't been a necessity. If it hadn't been a necessity to date, they're not going
Yeah.
to be willing to pay for it now. So I would have to come up with something more creative and something that I guess I could start offering safety programs from the internet cafe or the library to the rest of the world. Like, I don't know why I've all of a sudden decided that
I don't either.
it's only the three businesses in town that could possibly need it from me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a mechanic shop that has a couple of safety risks over there that they could use
But
one.
like, we don't even have to physically, like, the world is my oyster since the internet became,
Totally.
became, you know,
Totally.
a thing.
For
So
sure.
they don't have to live in small town America where I've been placed. They could live anywhere and need a safety program.
Hmm. Exactly. For sure. But like honestly, the concept of having to start over and not have any money to do it is like this is for a TV show that you've brought this up about, but the truth of it is that's most new businesses that are starting. Like nobody, even if they do have money, some money put away, they like don't want to use their entire
Mm-hmm.
savings account to start the business. Sometimes you have to, but if you don't have to, it would be better. So just the idea of using this as like almost an idea factory where you're like, okay, what could I do? What could I offer? And it's interesting because there are certain things that are easier to sell than others. For instance, my website business is not hard to sell because a lot of businesses want a website or
Mm-hmm.
they want a website that's nicer than the website they have. Like, and it is something that changes. So it's not like, oh, you got one website 20 years ago, you're never getting another website again. You need to
Totally.
update your
Yes.
website. And
Yes.
that's part of website work is that people are reoccurring. They come back after 3 or 5 years and they
Mm-hmm.
want updates, they want changes, they want modernization. Um, and those are the best kind of businesses to have. So, whereas my interior design business, it's not that it's hard to sell, but people need to have the house, they need to have the budget, and they don't just need to have the budget to pay me. They need the budget to do the full renovation, to buy the
Buy
furnishing, that
furniture.
big,
Yeah.
it's a bigger project. So
Yes.
it's a smaller market on who is
Mm-hmm.
doing interior design work versus who is needing a website. Every single new business needs a website. So
Mm-hmm.
that I would pick something that every business needs social media. So that's another thing you could do. You don't even have to make the templates on Canva. You could door knock on every single house, every
Mm-hmm.
single business and say, do you own a business and do you need social media? And then
Mm-hmm.
you could do social media one off for people, build your templates like up as you make them for other people, and then just keep reusing, but change it to their brand colors. Like have
Mm-hmm.
your own set of templates that you're now charging somebody $1,000 a month and you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
12 posts for them or whatever it looks like.
Yeah. I think the whole point of my story though is that like even if the thing I'm the best at isn't
Yeah,
necessarily transferable,
for
let's
sure.
just say that it is. You
Okay.
don't have to be the best at something. You don't have to
No.
be expert level to start. I could very easily jump into being a digital, go on Canva and create digital things. Is that my highest skill level? Is that where I'm like the best
No.
and most useful? No. But if I needed money, could I use that skill that I'm
Yes.
moderate at and make money from it? For sure I could.
For sure. Well, or even your like idea to go clean houses. You could go clean houses, and if you truly hated it, get enough clients that you're not actually the person that cleans the house anymore. You hire somebody in
Absolutely.
town and then they clean the houses and you just keep trying to find new clients. Like your job is to market the business. And
Hmm.
so well, and like I met a girl at one of my speaking engagements that I absolutely love, and she started a cleaning company. And she was somebody that needed a job. So she was like, "What job can I provide for myself because I'm not finding the job I need out in the world." And she started a cleaning company. I don't know how many people she staffs now, but she has a staff of people. They clean, they are a full book of work. She's busy, they're all busy. And they're cleaning multiple homes a day. And it is a great business. And
Hmm.
when she started, I just read, she wrote a chapter in a book, and I just read her chapter. And like she used to bring her cleaning supplies on the city bus. Like that is grit. That is somebody
Hmm.
that had $100 and was like, what am I going to
Hmm.
do? And she
Well,
made an entire life for herself
totally.
and built a business from nothing. And like that's what's the amazing thing about being an entrepreneur is you literally have an idea, and one day it's an idea and the next day it is living out in the world as its own entity. And like that is cool. Like that is
Do you
amazing.
ever look at like massive companies, like let's say Amazon, for instance, and think to yourself, this was just an idea. This was just
Yeah.
one person's idea, and look at how huge it is now.
I look at some and I think like it's absolutely deranged that this is was an idea. I would have been the first person to be like, no, that'll never work. I brought this up on the show before. Like Uber, getting into a stranger's car is wild.
Hmm.
Absolutely
Renting
silly.
out your home to
Renting
perfect
out your home,
strangers as like
weird.
a
Yeah,
alternative to a hotel is wild. Did I think that would ever be a thing?
never,
Absolutely not.
never. I agree.
Never.
And like Airbnb, huge. Um, Before COVID, I ordered like four things on Amazon cumulative my whole life, and I did not online shop whatsoever. Now I'm like, oh, I need razor blades. I'm gonna go to Amazon because I know I'm not going to the store in the next 24
Hmm.
hours. You know,
Yeah.
So, guess what's at my door within 12 hours of
Hmm.
that purchase? I love it.
I
So,
know it's pretty crazy, but I do think it's important to like take a step back from your business, whatever that is, because sometimes we can get so caught up in like the comings and goings of our business that to realize that you are that person with only $100 to your name. At one
exactly.
point, you were that person who only had a small amount of money to invest into your business.
Mhm.
You didn't have any connections in this business. You didn't know what you were doing, and you had to just bootstrap it for the first little while. And so it's acknowledging that there is like that the journey of how far you've come. And I also think if you're just listening and you just are like, I want to be an entrepreneur, I'm an employee right now, and I don't want to work for somebody for the rest of my life. Think about if you were given $100, like give yourself this scenario and then try to
Yeah,
figure out where could you make money? How could you make money? Maybe it's not your
totally.
highest skill. Maybe it's just something you're moderate at, but there's a big need for it. Like, because that's the delicate balance too. You could be the best at, ballerina dancer, but if nobody's paying you to come do a private ballerina show, then it doesn't matter. Your skill set is like,
Um, I don't know a lot about ballerina show. I
but
think if
that's,
somebody called me up to say like I'm looking for a private ballerina, I'd be like, listen, that's a stripper, and you are a
but
pervert.
I'm
I
just
don't know.
saying, if your skill set isn't something that is highly desired by the masses, then go to your next skill, your next best
Totally.
skill. Like, go
Yeah.
to, you're great at laundry, start a laundry service. You're great at
And
being,
don't quit your day job. You don't have to go all in and be in small town America where you don't know anybody. It doesn't
yeah,
have to be that scary. Like imagine you kept your job, but on the weekends you did a couple people's social media posts, or
Mhm.
you did someone's laundry because you don't mind doing laundry and folding it, putting it back in a laundry hamper and giving it back to them. And these are things people will pay for. And that's where you get the money you want to take your kids or your family on vacation, or
Mhm.
that's where you start the business that, it's your like origin story where you're like, well, yeah, I used to work corporate and then I tried this thing and I got one client, I got two clients. And then you step away from your job one day because you got there, you made it, you made the money, you made
Mhm.
enough money to make it replace your income plus more.
Yeah, it's a crazy concept if you actually like think about it and you put yourself in that situation. What would you do? But I also think it's such a like powerful exercise. So I really hope you guys try it at home and let us know how it goes. I want to hear
Totally.
all about your ideas, like your $100 ideas that could be the next Amazon.
We are so grateful you're here.
It would mean the world to us if you'll subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel and leave us a review.
If you want to hear more from us, go to proofitspossible.com to join our mailing list and find our social links so you don't miss a thing.
Thanks, and chat next time.